ladies, today I'm going to be showing you how I groom and style my eyebrows. It's a question that I get quite a bit because my eyebrows are a little bit more dramatic than a natural brow because of my pinup style. I prefer mine to be a little bit more dramatic and arched. It's just kind of how us ladies in the vintage style like to do things. Now with eyebrows, it's a little difficult because just like our bodies and our faces and our hair, it's different. All of our shapes, the way our hair grows in, things like that is always going to be different. So you're never going to 100% be able to have your eyebrows like somebody else, like me, or there's a lot of really great brows out there right now. I think Ida Van Munster has probably the most beautiful eyebrows I've ever seen. But for me to achieve an eyebrow like that would basically be impossible. Without completely painting them on, which I don't want to have to try and do every day. So for me, what I do is I build my eyebrow in the natural shape that I have been given by God himself. I like to only pluck underneath because I use the hairs that are up here unless I have like some crazy dark strays up here. I don't do any tweezing at the top. I like to build my arch in the natural hairs that I have up there because it's a lot easier to build and create. Now if you don't have that, you are going to have to kind of just wing it. Now my eyebrows have changed a lot over the years, from completely almost being gone from over plucking to way too dark, kind of sharpy eyebrows from when I first started learning how to do my brows. It's kind of like Jenna Marble says, you can put makeup in your eyebrows? What? I did not even know that that existed until I started doing makeup at Ulta, believe it or not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I groom and how I apply my eyebrows because there's nothing in them right now. What I do is I tweeze underneath, like I said, and then I use these teeny tiny little scissors that you always see in manicure sets. And what I do is I brush them up and I kind of use a little brush and I cut them so they're short and tight and they stay down and I don't have any crazy ones hanging. So it's always good to trim them up. It kind of makes styling them a lot easier. Now my products and tools, I use two different brushes, one of which is just kind of an angled brush to fill in. Then I have this really cool one by Smashbox. It's the number 20 brush. It has a little brush on one end and it has a little sponge on the other, so it comes in handy quite a bit. And then, as far as my products go, I use a brow pencil that is by Wet n Wild. It's like 94 cents at Walmart or drugstores. Now what I like about this one is that it's kind of stiffer. It's not as dry as most eyebrow pencils. It's got a kind of a wax in it, so it holds your hairs in place while it also darkens them. And then instead of eyebrow powder is really the best thing to use because it is smoother, it's creamier, it stays in place better. But really what I've been using for over a year now is just black eyeshadow by Maybelline. Just straight up black eyeshadow. It's cheap, it's easy to use. And then since I put, you can't really see it in the video, but because I put red hair dye over my black, though, which I discussed in my last video, I have been using kind of a red-brown shade by Urban Decay. It's called Roach. Yeah, Roach. But really whatever works best for you. There's no saying you can or can't use a different product for something else. If it works, use it. So how I'm going to start is I'm going to kind of just go in here with my pencil and I'm going to kind of build into the natural hairs that are already there. Kind of create a more fluid brow, like so. So as you can see, it kind of just builds into my natural brow. So I don't have to do too much creating. And then I'm going to do this side. It's hard to use my cell phone as a mirror, so if they're not 100% perfect, that's why. Alright. Just kind of creating my brow. Doo-doo. There we go. Now, you know, I like to say eyebrows are like women's breasts. You never usually have them completely symmetrical and both the same shape and size. There's always a smidge of a difference, even if it's not that much noticeable. That's probably going to get some comments on. But with my eyebrows, my right is easier to create than my left. My left is a little bit different. The arch is different. So it's always a hair different no matter what I do. But that's okay because that's just how I am. It's not too bad. So it just takes a little bit more tweaking sometimes. So after you get that in there, what I like to do is I like to kind of soften the pencil with my little smudger. Now what you can use is you can use a Q-tip too. So it's really no big thing. Now most of you ladies probably have Q-tips and not a smudger, so I'm going to use a Q-tip because that's probably what a lot of you have. So I just kind of go in there and run it over and kind of smudge that pencil down so I don't have such harsh lines, like so. Alright, and then if you, now since it's a black pencil, of course it's going to smudge up higher, so I just kind of create that clean line, like so. Doop. There we go. So there's my pencil. Now I'm going to go in with my little red-brown color. I'm going to just kind of use my angled brush. And I'm just going to kind of dot it over really carefully. Kind of fill that in. Like this. Someday I'm going to have a computer to film these with and edit my videos so you ladies have like some cool music to listen to like Cherry Dollface always has in her background. Alright, so there's never any awkward silences. Here we go. And I'm just kind of following where my pencil was already. So then I just go over it. Now if you want more of a dramatic arch, you just kind of carry it up a little bit higher to the highest point in your brow and then pull it down like that. So then we have our first shadow, and then I'm going to just kind of take a little bit of my black and I'm going to take my smaller brush to apply that. Alright, and I'm just going to kind of go in because my hair is mainly dark. I don't want like really light eyebrows. But this is all you do, ladies. Just like victory rolls and anything else in the pinup style, you know, it's kind of a hard style to master. It takes practice. Just like riding a bike, you know, you're not going to learn anything in the first day. Unless you do, then I give you mad props on that one, because some things just come to different people naturally than it does to others. And for me, you know, I studied it for 5 years before I even attempted to do any of this myself. So it's going to take time. It's going to take practice. Don't give up. This is how I do my eyebrows, you know, so not too hard. You just kind of I follow my natural brow shape. That's what's been easiest for me. They've come a long way. I've had bad eyebrows before. I've had great eyebrow days, but the less that I have to do, I feel is better because, you know, I am a mom, so I try to make things as simple and quick as possible because I don't always have that much time. But that is how I do my eyebrows personally. I hope that was kind of easy for you ladies to follow. If you have any questions or you need help with anything, please email me at theonlyvintagedoll@gmail.com, or you can stop by my Facebook page at facebook.com/theonlyvintagedoll. I will always answer you. I am never too busy to give you ladies the time that you need for some help with some of this stuff. So there we go, pinup eyebrows by moi. There we go. Also, if anybody has been eyeballing the bandana, I get asked a lot where I get my bandanas. Walmart. It's a legit Walmart special bandana. They got some great fall colors in there, so be sure to stop by and pick some of those up for $1. So if you need anything, always feel free to ask. Keep practicing. Stay beautiful. And until next time.